Hello there, good morning to you. You're watching Camnet TV, not just another channel. Welcome to the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzea Sakalij. Now, we all know we're getting into summer, but I don't know if you experienced the rains that we had. If it's not Thursday and Friday, some of it has been raining since Monday. Well, we're trying to figure out, is it really summer, or maybe we're now into the rainy season, or maybe the rains are opening up for the hot season, and I'm sure you're making plans of trying to have fun from the other side, go swimming, have some picnics and all. This is the best time. But anyways, on the other side of the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show, we've got a whole lot of things fully packed just for you to make sure that you have an awesome weekend, sharing the positive energy and sharing the good vibes on the other side. Remember, you can actually catch us on Facebook. That's Camnet TV. Like the page, share, mention a friend, start a watch party, and make sure that you tell a friend, friends that the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show is on Camnet TV. And also remember that you can connect with us on social media. That's Instagram, Camnet TV Africa, Facebook at Camnet TV. And yes, of course, numbers are scrolling on your screen where you can interact with us. It has been a very busy week. Political things on the other side, going on the other side, debates, meetings, stakeholders meetings, a whole lot of things, issuance of NRCs, getting ready for the 2021 general elections. So many questions are being asked. Now, the question that we're asking today on the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show is, should prisoners be allowed to vote in the 2021 general elections? What do you think? Tell us what your contributions, suggestions are on the other side. And also, we've got a whole lot of things fully packed for you. Tandiwe is with me on the other side as usual every single day. Forgot introduction. Banda Tandiwe is on set with me this morning. And yes, of course, we're here to make sure that you have an awesome show.
Yeah, that's what happens when some people are not... Anyway, I'll let it slide. Good morning and welcome to the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. It feels good to be here.
Yeah, it does. I
was trying to fix something that went haywire behind the scenes.
If only they knew the things we go through before we go to... I think we should have a show behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Where I remember there was a joke that was posted way back on social media to say, have you ever wondered what newscasters wear when they're casting the news, because you only see this part of their body? Usually... I think I'm a culprit of such. You find sometimes it's an emergency and you're asked to go and do the news. But you have a smart shirt and the jacket. Those things happen. So behind the scene would actually be fun.
I don't do that, Precious.
I've done that once before.
I'm a very disciplined
so I'm tagged as indisciplined.
Only people that are indisciplined would do that.
It was an emergency, and then
moving on.
Anyway,
I see that our theme for today is, should prisoners be allowed to vote during the 2021 elections? I'm sure you know, amongst every other person, that I am so excited about the 2021 elections because I feel like this is an opportunity to make
the change.
When I say a right decision, or no, I'm not gonna use that word. That's coming from you. This is a point.
I was just trying to fit in, but okay. 2021 is the time that we...
Yeah, I'm being given an opportunity to think outside the box and think big and you know...
Think beyond.
And think beyond just songs and all that. Yeah.
But anyways, I think it will be very, very interesting. If you have been following the current situations, the President and the Electoral Commission of Zambia had held a meeting at the Mulungushi International Conference Center where different stakeholders and different political party presidents were actually invited to discuss the map for the 2021 general elections. There were so many concerns that were raised, and I would say I'm still waiting for the final decision.
What did you pick out from that? Did you watch it?
I did watch it. I don't know if it was just me, but I was expecting the president to say something. But throughout the meeting, majority of the political party presidents aired their views. One of the things that I picked out was the issue, the registration of registering of voters via online. I tried that. I had difficulties. Now I'm thinking I have a little knowledge from knowing about technology.
Sorry, just to cut you short, but I just remembered what happened. So I was trying to do the voter whatever
registration online,
and then I just stopped. And then I've been receiving these messages like all the time. I don't know if I'm the only one who gets it. Or
reminding you to continue with the process.
No. The funny part is, it's not that it's just a reminder. I need to refer to it. so I'll give you exactly what the message said.
Okay.
Is it a kind... Okay, I want to read the exact words, so I'll have to, after the break, I'll get
go
back
through
to
the
you.
phone.
Yeah.
So
We've
pinned it. Just a message. So the online registration, me being a youth and someone who has knowledge of how technology is advancing and all these things, trying to do that process and failing, I'm thinking of the senior citizens, okay? People that don't know how a smartphone works. Maybe others say it's easy when you're using a computer, but when you're using a phone, you have some difficulties here and there. Others are managing, others are not. So there was that issue of registering voters via online. How many people are going to manage? How many people are going to
Well, you need to have a smartphone, you see.
How many people have smartphones?
You actually need to have a smartphone.
How many people have? I do have a smartphone.
You can ask from the neighbors, and because voting is very important, and you need to be part and parcel. But anyway, if you followed the whole meeting closely, like I asked you, is there something that was particular about it?
There was something that was particular about it?
Yeah, there was a scene somewhere.
Where the CEO from the Electoral Commission...
Why are you saying it like it's a story? It's not funny.
It's not funny, I know, like almost collapsed.
This morning, because people on social media are going all out with their... You know, social media has become like a judge. Literally, it's like the court of Zambia. And I feel like it's very ridiculous.
Facebook court of Zambia.
Something happens like that, and then you go all out ranting on social media as to how he should have just sat.
No, but you know such things you don't expect.
He should have just mentioned if he was sick. Well, he had to own up to his duties, okay? So imagine being given such a task, to be honest. If I was in his position and I'm given such a task, that is a task that I want to carry out, because maybe he was definitely part and parcel of the compilation.
Sure.
And there's just something about somebody else doing your work, you know? As much as many of you may have your opinions as to maybe it was written for him and all that, his input somehow, somewhere, was in that particular document. Sure. So there are some times where I can relate, because you need to make yourself strong to do certain things. There are times when you have to stand. For example, like in my case, you know what happens to me when I'm hungry. I think it happens to everyone, and I know someone who's currently battling and fighting with hypoglycemia because they decided yesterday not to eat the entire day. So when it hits bad. Hunger is not something.
It's not your friend.
Yeah. So you see, you need to sacrifice and stand for hours, and just to be able to see all the patients and all that. So that's a form of dedication. So for me, what I draw from what happened from that scene, as much as people are looking at it on different angles, he should have just sat. No. He was trying to own up to his duties. And I mean, you can't pin it down on somebody. There are certain things that you don't expect.
True.
Because I was listening to him read, and he was reading and reading. It was going okay.
Then
saw him pause, drink some water, continued. But I could tell them, you know, I could tell how his voice or his tonation was just going from like 100 to like
0.
Not really 0, but
5,
like
10.
No, like
20,
60. Let's say like 60.
Yeah.
But in the end, he said mumbling things where you couldn't really hear. I think the last sentence, you couldn't really hear what he was trying to say. And cameras moved, so I couldn't get the other side of the picture. But I saw another picture where he was being held and all that. I feel like sometimes we need to keep quiet.
And just watch.
This morning when I woke up, I said, this is something I want to talk about, because sometimes as citizens, we need to keep quiet. We're so quick at pinning illnesses, you know. People have already given him a diagnosis, like, are you his doctor? Do you know what's going on? Do you know what caused him to pass out? It could have, what if it's a heat?
True. It's very hot, actually.
Yeah. So we need to stop this health pinning that we have in our country, especially on our leaders. You know, you see a leader come on TV. I know it's been unfortunate that over the years, certain things, predicaments have come to the light.
True.
But I mean, if you see your leader on TV and maybe he coughs 3 times, 4 times. Like, don't give him a diagnosis. You know. Let's stop pinning this thing on people, not only our leaders, but even amongst us as citizens, you know. I feel like it's something that ought to be addressed because it's something that we overlook. Somebody will look at you, and because maybe, I'll give you an example. Maybe you've got so many, let's say you've got some dermatological issues and you've maybe got a rash and whatnot, and someone will look at you and say, you see what I mean? Like, we need to run away from that. Yeah, because firstly, it's really breaking. Or maybe you see somebody that is small in like their musculature. Yes, petite and all that. And you're already condemning them. Hey, this, hey, that. Like, we need to run away from that. And I felt like that is something that we should address this morning. When things like that happen, it is normal for them to happen. So let's not pin wrong diagnosis on people. It's very offensive. Because, you know, he has his children online. He has his relatives online. And you're there putting a diagnosis. Like, man, like, really?
And then they start questioning. Before you know it, family meeting. Before you know it, they think you're hiding something.
And there's power in the tongue. You know, there's really power in the tongue. As much as we believe it's on your own person. But what you wish, if you wish ill for somebody else, you know, and maybe that turns out to be the outcome, how then do you feel after whatever happens?
I think they don't consider that. You know, it's kwarolo mwere kutwalo. Like, when you see people doing this, just because everybody is doing it, even though it's wrong, you think you also have the right to say a word, which is, she's pointing it out.
Well, if I collapsed on TV, to be honest, and you came up with your own diagnosis,
I'll sue you.
I will sue you.
That's a good one. But anyways, in case you've just joined us, this is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show with me, Precious, and Tandi. We're on the other side, and we're asking you, our viewer, a question. Do you think prisoners should be allowed to vote in the 2021 general election?
They shouldn't. That's where everything is going to come.
You know what? That was one of the questions. Wow. Morning Boost is ready. Trying to work out. Get those, I wanted to say dancing shoes. Get those exercising shoes. Get that exercising kit. Let's wake up for 5 minutes on Morning Boost with Pastor Isaac. Then we'll be back with the conversation on the other side. Good morning.
Prisoners should not vote. FYI.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Boost, and this is Isaac Matsa. I hope you had a great night, and let's do the workout together. So today is going to be very basic, and if you've noticed, there have been some 25 push-ups going around social media, some people accepting the challenge. We're going to do 25 push-ups as well, but in our own special way. Let's do a warm-up now. Let's go. We're going to do a warm-up, and then later on we're going to do the push-ups. So let's do a warm-up quickly. A warm-up phase. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you had a great night. Wake up your kids. Let's do it together. Let's do a warm-up, marching. Then we're going to do push-ups. Let's go. Keep going. And back to marching. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. 25 push-ups we're gonna do today. Tell your hubby it's doable. Tell your wife it's doable. Let's go. Easy jumping. Just like that. Stay at it. All right. Okay, I guess your body should be warm by now. Your breathing rate has to change if you did the right way. 25 push-ups. I'm gonna break it down in 5 fives, okay? So let's go, the first push-ups, very easy. You will kneel down, cross your legs, and go down. 5 of them, very easy, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the first set. We've got 20 more to go. Let's go. Second push-up. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 more to go. That's 10. We're doing a 25 push-up challenge. I'm gonna change now. 5 more. 5, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 20. If you noticed, I did double. 5 more to go. Last 5, then we're done with the push-up. Okay, here you go. 5 only. Go down with the tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that's the challenge you had today. 25 push-ups, and let's start winding now. March, march, march. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you enjoy the push-ups. This is Isaac Matsa signing out. I'm gonna see you next time. Thank you.
Wow.
Welcome back.
Seems some people don't want to get instructions this morning, but anyway.
Don't be your not to. You know that just days whereby you just wake up, you want to do things your own way. There are just some days like that.
It's in a company.
But anyways, that was some morning boost with Pastor Isaac on the other side. Make sure that when that comes through, you just get your wake up kit ready, because it's just 5 minutes. You know, you might think it's just 5 minutes, but it actually helps boost your immune system, make sure that you have the energy to start your day, and also remember that you always get to have that important meal of the day, which is your breakfast. I don't know how you have your breakfast, but some of us get to have issues eating early in the morning. But if you're that person that can do some bacon, some toasts, some eggs, some what else do you have? Some fruit salads, some what's on the breakfast? What do you have for breakfast, and you? What do you usually have for breakfast?
Noodles.
With what? With eggs?
No.
Just
Something salty.
something salty. Chicken?
Maybe from the previous night.
Some leftover and warm them up.
Yeah.
It's really hard to have breakfast early in the morning, unless if you're like really
What did you have
starving.
for breakfast?
I had an apple with water.
Well, I'm told there's a comment on social media talking about burgers. Diagnosis there? Pregnancy? Maybe? Who would want burgers early in the morning?
Wacky
Those are cravings of a pregnant woman, right?
Weren't you just talking about
Diagnosis.
Yeah.
No,
and
but
here you are
I'm just saying that one is accurate, because I think I'm familiar
with the comments
with the particular Facebook user
saying burgers.
Yeah.
Good morning for
It
beggars.
could only be one person.
Only one.
Yeah.
I will not go to that.
But anyway,
conversation.
the question that we are posing this morning is, should prisoners be given an opportunity to vote? Now, who is a prisoner? What does it mean when they tell you you're a prisoner? Maybe let's break it down. Let's go to the nitty-gritties. I always like to pick it from there. Who is a prisoner? When they say this person is a prisoner, what's your understanding?
My understanding of a prisoner is someone who the first thing that comes when you say prisoner is someone who's in jail.
Okay.
They're someone who has no freedom to do things at their will. Yeah. I think for me that tells who a prisoner is.
Mm-hmm. So basically rights have been taken away from them.
All the rights, apart from right to leave. Unless if you are judged, sentenced to thingy by hanging. You have a right to life, but then that's your sentence. So
Okay, so basically that's pretty much it, to be honest. So these rights have been taken away from this person because they have committed an offense against the state or whatever they did in the community that got them in trouble, and they have been sentenced to some time in prison. Now, in our country, has it been passed yet that prisoners should be able to vote? It's something that's being...
There's a concern that prisoners maybe should be given an opportunity to vote.
What is your take? Honesty. Not because you're on TV.
Not because I'm on TV. You know, I feel the ruling will have a chance of campaigning more than the opposition. And the ruling will be believed more compared to the opposition. Okay, like I'm going to tell you, oh, you're in prison, you've been sentenced for how many years? 20, you have served how many? 3? Oh, okay, in the next 4 months, 5 months, I'm going to release you. But the thing is that you have to vote for me. Okay? So if you don't vote for me, I'll bring you back in prison. I feel I'm just saying. I would
actually tell the person to, you know what, hold up.
Just saying.
You're getting me out? I'll be like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll definitely vote for you.
But the question is, how will you know I voted for you or not? But then you gave me my freedom, something I was gonna not have for a very long time. Like, you gave it to me early. So I feel like I owe you, literally owe you. So I'll do what you want me to do. Not that you will, yes,
but
you will
in
not
this
see
case,
when I'm
they're
voting.
still staying in prison.
And you will vote from there.
They're still staying in prison, and they'll still vote from there.
Okay, what's
But my question is, these people are out of, they don't have their phones there.
No.
What are they basing
don't have their documents.
Their selection on?
Yeah.
Is it being in prison? Are they eating in prison? Are they going to vote for a president because they're eating in prison? Is the facility, is it clean? The surrounding areas, how they're being treated? What are the prisoners? Let's say somebody who's been in prison for 2 years, right? So many things have happened in 2 years, even in 6 months, so many things have happened. So this particular prisoner is going to vote based on what? Their surrounding, because these people are not given an opportunity to go out there and interact with their fellow citizens. I don't know if they're able to watch the news, really. I've never been to prison, but I'm not really sure.
I'm not sure as well.
Yeah, but I feel like these people are confined to a certain environment, because I've noticed even when they go to
do community work,
slashing and whatnot in certain communities, they are literally, they have like a prison.
Guarded.
Is it, I don't know if it's a prison laden or something like that, who's watching over them, and there's just that security. Even when they're being transported, if you see how they are moved from maybe the prison to the court, they're in these like huge trucks that are just like literally shut everywhere. Like there's no point that you're gonna literally see the outside world, maybe a little small mirror and all that, window and all that. So why should they be given an opportunity to vote?
Well,
what are they voting for? Because you see, you and I are able to see what's happening in our country, and make a decision whether we want to go ahead with the ruling party or switch to the opposition because of what the opposition is saying. So are you telling me that the opposition or the current ruling party will be going to prison to campaign?
That's a good one. I don't know.
Like, what's the strategy really? Like, I would want to know the mastermind behind it. Like, who just sat one day and woke up and said, hey, you know what?
We should actually allow, you know what? We should allow prisoners to vote. What do you think?
But anyway, that is just my opinion. Remember that you can also give us your opinion on the number that has been scrolling down on the screen. You can pick any of those numbers and give us a call. We will be waiting to hear from you, because we'd love to know your opinion. What is your take? Should prisoners be given an opportunity to vote? If you think yes, give us your reason. If you think no, give us your reason too, because we need to brainstorm about this. Maybe some sectors of society are being unfair by saying these people should not vote. Like they are Zambian too. Why not give them an opportunity to vote?
But I think the question is, if they were to decide to say prisoners should vote, what's different now? Like all these years, prisoners were not allowed to vote.
Maybe the numbers will be different.
Numbers will be different. How?
They'll go up.
Where?
If you had 500 voting last year, You add prisoners, it could be like 550, 560.
But the question is, why would you allow prisoners to vote?
Why
because
not?
You want more. We already said, when you're in prison, like all the rights, literally, taken away from you because you have offended.
What if some of the masterminds that are in prison are the ones to make that decision?
The final decision
to like, make this country go
break
forward.
The tie.
Because not everyone in prison is like a really horrible person, to be honest. Like,
and not everyone in
prison is guilty, but maybe they just didn't have proper representation, hence
they are in jail.
Yeah.
Making them good people of society.
Who can actually make a decision.
That's a plan B.
Okay, but again, what if somebody has just been in prison for a month or 2 months?
And
they've seen what has been happening and they still want to vote.
They should be given an opportunity to. They should add a voice. In as much as
in all this, I hope this is not a way for people to steal votes. I really hope so.
I hope so too. And we have a caller.
Good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning, my and
Good morning, thank you. Who are we talking to and where are you calling us from?
You are talking to Frank from Nampundo.
How is Nampundo this morning?
Nampundo is sunny. At the same time, cool.
Okay.
Has it been raining there?
Has it rained?
Yes. It rained yesterday.
Oh, okay. Was it heavy rains or it was just some showers?
It was somehow heavy.
Okay.
Yes, but it was not as strong as that.
Oh, okay. Please go ahead with your contribution this morning.
Yes. On the issue of the citizens voting, I see no reason why a confined person can stand and vote. If you have got, as you have said that you have never been in a prison, but to us who have been had that opportunity to be even in a cell, you discover that the mood there is always against the ruling party. But now the secret is, when people they will be cheated to say, I will leave you if you vote for me. And seeing the situation which happened in Monte, where the Commissioner General, I don't know whether the Minister what, where he said the opposition was not to be allowed
to campaign.
That will be the trick that they will use. And to make matters worse, the numbers, we have got almost 33,000 inmates.
Yeah.
Out of that 33,000, you find that we have got foreigners in there. Are those foreigners going to vote? All these are the jungles which are happening. So the secret here is, as Zambians, we should stand to say, prisoners, no vote. Because if we only advantage the patriotic fund, who have brought this mayhem and the havoc in this nation. We don't want this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming through, Mr. Frank.
Mr. Frank said something very that I found very funny. He said, "For us who've had an opportunity." Wow, Mr. Frank.
We've had an opportunity to even be in the cells.
Yeah. But anyway, very valid point brought out. I feel like this could compromise the 2021 elections, and I feel like I personally, as a Zambian citizen, entitled to my opinion, I feel like prisoners should not be given the chance to vote. This is because it's like they've been taken away from making those decisions. So I know at this point to say, if I want to be part and parcel of making decisions for my country that will be valued and that will be counted, even in the cases of voting, I will know that I will not do certain things so that I can be given that opportunity to vote.
What if maybe they feel prisoners have been treated like they're not part of the country, so they decided maybe allowing them to vote is a way they can we can recognize that they're humans.
Good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yes, good morning. You are talking to Monka.
Okay, how are you this morning?
No, as well.
Okay, please go ahead with your contribution.
I think for us, we have seen that this issue has been a lot complicated. But I think, according to human rights, that the president can vote. We know that in Kenya and Swaziland, they vote. Now, the only issue that we need equal campaigning. In order to say that the ruling party would have said that it took Nyanga one voter. Even opposition, if they go there, they can say the same. Awankalako zaka zingati mono, kenche, inenga na one voter na win an opposition, ingawa kuchosa. That is the campaign strategy. Now, the only point is that we have got innocent people there. And when you go to jail, I don't know, most of them, they took their NRC. Because the NRC remaining at home. I think maybe we are going to say, Katenge ni marezi yani kunyumba, wakulete ni mazikazi vani, mai mulazimuna vani wapetele, kutimikavu. So this is the issue complicated. And the other issue is that if the government and the Commissioner General would allow Commissioner General kota kuja kukawe and then kuja manje kuja Livingston tufuna wendo mtakanteni wa poseni kukatombola. Hii hudu simply that hawafangeleka hawa nilandani hawa niwa party B kanda dia hii hapa tau yao kulipe akabera windangu na kafradi kwa jajana zetu basi kulieni fast wangeni hapo. So that is the only issue challenge will be. But for us, what we need is that make sure that there is an equal opposition will enter, and the other issue that manje malezi kazatenga bwanji bajabana kwa wanafia kumanyumba.
Okay, Yamikin. That's a
very valid point. Yeah. I just figured it out now that actually they leave their NRCs at home
and they go to
prison. So are they going to call their families to bring their NRCs? I feel like it's, to be honest,
complicated, like you said.
To call a spade, I feel like whoever came up with
such an idea
should have intentions somewhere. It could be he or she has intentions. It could be a strategy because I mean, are you all gonna use the same campaign strategy to say we're gonna let you out of prison?
I think that would be the men.
How about people owning up for their mistakes? Let's say if somebody killed somebody,
murder. Are
you just gonna go there and as a politician and tell them, "Oh, I'll get you out"? That is unfair. So what principality is then going to be used for prisons if we if we as a citizens and as a country at large are going to allow prisoners to vote? Remember that you can send us your comment and contribution on the number 0968 675273. We do have a caller. Good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning, sir. How are you? Oh, okay. Mwashuken mkwe. Mkwe twashubuka ifola nden tumfwe.
Hey, we no bunch.
Vash precious landen tata.
Oh, ni mwa mama light. Namu hivyo kisha.
Because the price in Furunganye things are 2021, but let's just to vote them, but also to vote. Then in our line, I have because the natwisha bamu n'abatafini opposition kuma strong bale kwaya strong yaba opposition baka kwa temo urubaji wa kusala that's why they take online so that we fire online ma prison kukabana ba this prison I mean the minibu councillor the minibu mayor the minibu MP then shoko batabata kwa kareto no manisho angai shimweza mbwa batumini shoko bati mumfili mavota but shimweza mchako bati aimina as a MP as a councillor as a mayor baba puka chienza eso tuwekwaya tatuwepo kwe bati baka vote ma prison atwa papala sana then bachuru bakweba kwako bakurira yisize bakweba kwa ikintu wingeto kirekabira bakweba batemana kuyikwakira bene bakweba tufa kweba ndiko bati tatuwekwaya ma prison tatuwekwaya online because ngabati batesi natwisha eventually which kwa mungu because if you are kusumia mwepa Mozambique tatuwekwaya Zambia is a Christian nation so bachuru bakweba kwa ikintu wingeto kirekabira ma prison bena na kana prevent ikintu wingi makamaka ba opposition na tukana ma prison na online that kana tuonzejo na bakateka besu ba president rungu bakweba kwa kubantu beno kwa bate abantu ikika bali kwa kiasi ne tubonkyanga bakuvota ama twalikuwa tuonzejo ku ikika kwa kuvota so yalaye na ma voters kadot wefu atukabonje katwefu kwa yo ma voters kadot wabonje thing that yakabombe tulikuwa tukabombe yalaye
but kaina mona ifintu fide chinja muchalo te so from analog number twadi tinavendera kudi digital manch so why in a digital world so maybe online idia vale fo yakuti tu bafuna kuti manje tishteko adjust tishteko bintu different
advance
no my sister online yonga yali ingie yabombe komona ma voters kadi yato akweta kale but ya tapa mo byabombe ya tapa notice bati yoko ma voters kadi mwale bombe akaita mupye mwabonja tulepa tukabombe ya yene ma voters kadi yakaideni na online medio banga ipone shapo noti bakanya ma voters kadi yato akwata kale alo watese ababalete kofioni na intatwefa ese apare kuna tukana kuno kuma watu takile abengi mga malezi tabako perwe urukwa ishira amalezi atinkumba wile abengi tabako kwa malezi abengi bacha abalezira ukwe bacha kwa malezi lomba ayo online bakachashanya abantu to bakwa malezi so tulefa ene amalezi aya kale amavota skadintire aya kale ko tukabo yakabombe pa mumeti na online noti tujya kwa bakanye male amavota skadiyaka paye to pena itopene sio abatubelele ko produce but maliki ukwe ukwe ko kutulela ndakwebanisa
totera mkwaye. It's actually stretched out a whole lot of points. Eh?
Yeah, but you know, we also, as much as we are not okay with the online, not let me say not we, but as much as some sectors of society are not okay with the online registration, we also need to understand the transition of what is happening in the world,
getting into the digital
large.
world.
So we're moving from where we were and headed somewhere else.
Advancing.
So I feel like also our leaders are trying to incorporate that, but maybe the mode or the method of incorporation needs to be explained to the citizens so that they are able to understand exactly what is happening, because others will tag and label this whole online registration to be something that is biased, and because they don't understand it really.
That's the thing, Tandiwe. When they decided to come up with online voter registration, I feel more sensitization would have been done. Local language, different languages, moving from one compound to the other, making sure that people understand the advantage of registering as a voter online. But then I feel it was just something that was thrown to the people. Okay, like, oh, this is a decision that we have made. This is what you need to do. These are the instructions. You need to do it like this. I feel they didn't really put in more work in sensitizing people and allowing them to understand before they actually implemented the registering of registering as a voter online. So I feel the complaints and all this would have been sorted out if the sensitization was going on. People would have given their opinion their opinions and their views, maybe then we wouldn't have been having these debates.
Okay, we do have a caller. Good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling you from within Lusaka from Tawata.
Who are we talking to?
You're talking to Gerard.
Okay, Mr. Gerard, go ahead with your contribution.
Okay. I've got 2 submissions to give. The first one is prisoners to vote. That one is a non-starter. As the citizens, as concerned citizens of this country, there is no way we can advocate for prisoners to vote. The question is, do we even know the statistics? How many prisoners are there? Because that information is only confined to Ministry of Home Affairs, which is the government. So the opposition, how are we going to know how many prisoners are? And like other callers have said, there are NRCs, there are voters cards, and the same government which is advocating for prisoners to vote, they are the ones who have said the voters card should not work. So tell me how many prisoners have got smartphones in the prison?
Maybe they will go with a computer and have them do the online registration.
No. The same online registration, if you've heard, they've said you do the online registration, then at the end, the actual voter's card, you have to go physically to the polling station where you registered. Yeah, so really, the online thing at the moment, it's not viable. If you say that the world is moving into technology, some end up blindly. Those countries that have moved in, you put in modalities first. The issue of internet, Facebook, you, your relatives, do they know about internet? Nothing. Our relatives in the villages, nothing. They don't know about this. So it is just a strategy by the PFO to disadvantage certain people. When people have said that no, we don't want this, the listening government should listen. But to their adamant, it is a scheme to bring elections. And as that is, we're not going to allow that. So prisoners should not vote.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow, very
want a
interesting
breather?
comments. Thank you so much for coming through. We appreciate all our callers. We love to hear from you because every citizen in our country is entitled totally. There's a freedom of speech and we are allowed to express ourselves concerning anything that has to do with our country. Now, moving away from voters and 2021 elections, in a twist of events, imagine losing your household property.
Stolen or somebody just gets
With the current economic challenges in the country. Now, this is the predicament of Linda Kazolo, a single mother of 4, a vegetable trader at Kanyama Market. It's a situation where a fire swept through her house on Friday afternoon, destroying a number of household property. Now, the fire, which started around 14 hours, was only put off by victims and neighbors using buckets. Where was the fire brigade? At the time of the incident, the owner of the house was still at the market, and one of the victim's sons cried uncontrollably after losing his treasured school shoes in the inferno. Now, by broadcast time, Zesco was being blamed for the fire, saying it started immediately power was restored after being on load management. Let's do a follow-up on this story if our transmission is ready, just to see exactly what happened.
So manje nje pale lazima imani jambo tusha manje kutoka pa mgodi hapa kuyamba kutira mdeni bamuna baba videos sizo kuti muliro wayamba brandi nazio kupali mwana mu brandi base bura chabe yamba kutandiza
hapa msema kitu kwa jela ifarikutia kama kwai.
I was seated to my house there. Then I just heard that there's a fire in my neighbor. I went to rush to see her, and the fire was caught inside the area. I went to the back window we saw a big flame of fire. So I had to, my friends, my colleagues had to organize water from my well and to come and to help pour water inside. But the young men demanded to go inside and put water and take away from the house. With the money was there, also bank. So many things. You can't go with all money. Michael, just sit down. Calm down.
It's a bad school.
Yeah, I know. Calm down. It's not easy. It's better the shoes to get banned than the human being.
School.
School
650 inaponya hapa 650 ngalipoenda nino man.
That just gave me goosebumps. You know, it's with
I
this
like how
economy.
Precious laughs too. Let me not laugh at this particular point because it will be misquoted, but that is a very, very bad story.
It might seem that he's just crying for shoes, but I'm sure it took him a lot to get that pair.
Yeah, like, and there's just an attachment that you tend to have, and just to lose things like that unexpectedly, that is something huge.
No,
you know, but at this part that says by broadcast time, Zesco was being blamed.
Was it, what do you call it? When power comes with so much...
There's that. I would actually want to speak to a Zesco personnel because I would love to understand
how that works.
So when power goes, right, we're supposed to switch off all the sockets. So when it comes back, okay, we do have a caller. Good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
This is Reverend Simumba calling from Livingston.
Okay, go ahead with your comment or contribution.
Yes, I've been preaching in prisons. And I know the type of the life which they live in there.
Okay.
So if you say prisoners must be given right to vote, it's yes and no. What type of the right are we giving to the prisoners to vote? Because they are already incarcerated in there, detached from the community, detached from the family. So why should we give them the right to vote? There are those who are married. Can they have the right for conjugal rights? So why should we be so selective? And what purpose for that? So on those bases, prisoners should not be allowed to vote. But if again you allow them to vote, then make the level playing be equal with the opposition. Because those who are in prison, some of them, they do not know who the opposition are. And why should they vote for the people they do not know? You see? So if they allow the prisoners to vote at their right, then they must allow also the opposition of the equal access to the prisoners. Because if they don't allow the opposition of the equal access to the prisoners, then that's not fair. Okay? Because the prisoners, they don't go there in RRC. They leave them at home. So now, if you allow them to vote, how are they going to register for voting? So the process itself must be defined clearly to the extent that those prisoners, they must have a choice not to be dragged to, when you vote, you get out of the prison. Because that will be the same campaign. Even in those the opposition, when they go, they say, when you vote for us, we'll make all of you out of the prison. Do you understand? So on both coins, it must be allowed to be fair. Let the prisoners given that chance to vote, do it freely because they are also human beings. No other rights have been withdrawn from them. Then coming on voting online, people must not just say it's for the ruling party. No. Things are moving. Even in college and universities, they no longer allow hard copies. So you need to do it online. And people are exams online. So people must be civilized and move away from this issue of assumption. No, they will leak, they will leak. Give how they are going to leak, you know. And the people are saying they don't think they will be bloodshed. We don't need such kind of people in Zambia who are never going to have bloodshed. The one who win, will win. The one who lose, will lose. That is going to be bad. This thing must be leveled clearly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming from a pastor is actually very interesting. Someone who preaches in prison, and he's mentioned to say, I've been preaching from there, and the life they live, they shouldn't be allowed to vote. So,
but he also said if they're allowed
to vote.
So he gave 2 points.
Yes,
So
and
he
then
said,
no.
yeah. So he said if they're allowed, then the opposition should also be given
Equal opportunity.
equal opportunities. But you see, just for a question, and I want somebody out there to answer this. If they don't vote about, if they don't campaign about taking the prisoners out of prison, what else do you think they will campaign about? Have you thought about that?
Another thing that will be on the campaigning to-do list, or something that will convince the prisoners to vote, is they'll give them proper prison services. Let's say if they don't have enough beds or enough space.
I'm in this confinement already. Whether you come to me and tell me you're going to give me a bed, we have a call. I think you can take that one.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good, and you?
We're all right, thank you. Who are we talking to and where are you calling us from?
I'm David. We're calling you from Kasama.
Okay, how is Kasama this morning?
We are thinking we had the rain last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Please go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah, I just want to comment over the prisoners after giving them chance to vote. I'm failing to understand as to the reason why. You know, many of the times that I'm asking questions, what is incarceration? If someone has been incarcerated and given a right to vote, what message are we giving them? Yes, they're human beings, but the nature of them being there is, as the previous callers alluded to, analysis has been left out, has been left home. Now, if we tell them that we are going to vote, we are giving them chance, all right. What message are we giving them? Are we telling them that when you vote, after voting, we'll reveal the whole of you, which is a case? So, incarceration means someone has been influenced, someone has been grabbed all the rights. So, allowing them to vote, it's like we are desperate. We don't have people that can exercise their rights. Let them be where they are, not until they come out from the prison. We are not segregating. They are human beings. There are problems that we are facing also, but because the nature of them being there, and who is going to access them? What message are we giving them? So, that thing, we should also go through and look at it critically, because it doesn't give, I don't know the word I can use, maybe for the lack of a better term, doesn't give any good thing over it. So I would say they should not give them right to vote. We will vote for them. It's like I'm telling, like, we are allowing under 16 or my baby.
Maybe
Maybe
tamufulile.
tamfulile, but if I am numbers are next year.
Which numbers?
You don't make it, no.
Whatever the number that you vote, you make one to go through. Whether it will be 20, will be 20,000, will be 1 million. It's not just a matter of that. There are not something hidden behind. So the matter of the fact is that we should not allow them to vote, because we are just mocking them. What message are we giving them? Because their expectation that whoever will promise them to say, if you vote for us, if you will win, we will release the whole of you. That's the message they're expecting. It's like you go to the hospital and claim that God should give them food. People from the hospital, what they expect is just to be healed. That's healing. Now coming to the online voting, Bane, if you are in Lusaka, I don't think Zambia is already to be right.
True.
Go to the remote areas where people don't even know how to place these smartphones. So if you are saying online voting should be implemented, it's a gradual thing. There are a lot of people, I've seen people with smartphones, they don't even know how to place it. If you say we are going to implement, yes, civilization will not just come overnight. This is Zambia and Africa. Don't bring American Zambia. It will be going bit by bit. Don't just implement it here and then. That's why as Africans and Zambia particularly, we like copy and paste. Things that we don't know, we want to implement just overnight. So please, online voting should not be allowed.
But to let's say
until people are educated. What?
Before we let you go, don't you think we should move and advance? If we don't accept technology now, when do you think we'll be able and prepared to accept it?
You guys, your parents, we don't jump when you are a baby. You don't give in Shima or her. Parents, we follow when you have a child. You give him he or she. You give him a new. A new apology in Shima. You start graduating bit by bit. We can't just move a step. No, today I'm a pastor, start preaching. You start training, it's a long process. That's why you think people become a pastor today, preachers. No, this is not my career. If we go and join Zambia Hand, you know, people are thinking otherwise. So it's not something that we can't just do it here and then. It's a gradual. So voting online, just say, no, today we will be doing this. It's very unfortunate. We should be doing bit by bit. Here where I am, Kasama, very few people that have registered online, they don't even know how to use. If we are 10,000 and if we are 1.5 million, I would say maybe 1,000 the only people that access that. So please, if you are in Lusaka, don't think of Lusaka is only Zambia. There are remote areas where people doesn't even know how to place. Where even to place the button, it's to just to store the name.
Oh, wow.
So we should be doing it gradual. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
He talked about developmental milestones.
Okay, he has a point though, but then he spoke of a baby, you know, a baby.
Yeah, and only I could relate to that really. So that's why I was like agreeing with him, like how, you know, a baby has stages. Like he said, your parents. Yeah, Precious receives that way. I read that part where he says your parents.
I heard that.
Did
part.
you hear that?
Well, he's seeing the future. I receive for the future. Yes, we receive. It's milk, porridge, and shima. But then what if the online voter registration is the milk at this point, which will grow into us voting online?
No, it can't be the milk because we already had something that we started with, which is the milk.
Which is the...
Yeah, so that comes in the middle.
So that's the porridge.
Yeah, but again, you see, if you look at it on the smart type of...
Point of view.
You see there's a time when a baby is breastfed and... solid foods are then introduced.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a balance. Okay? So it's a balance of the milk and the solid foods in one particular baby. They just don't stop the milk and then go directly to solid food. No, it's gradual. So it's two things at that particular point. And I would like our previous caller to think about it. Because as much as you've said, yeah, it's stages, but when, at which point will certain things be introduced? You gave an example of a baby, and that's why we're using that particular baby now. You talked about milk, foods, yes. But in the transition from the milk to the solid food consumption, there is a mixture. It's just not ended just like that. So maybe this could be
I'm just trying to stage.
Maybe we're trying to get to the other stage, but maybe the problem that we're having is this is not being explained, so people are not understanding. I don't think I have heard any statement from the government to say, look, our plan is this for the people in the rural areas. We're going to give them computers, or we're going to provide them with smartphones so everybody can be able to do the online registration. We don't have a clear roadmap. And life, like most of the callers have said, is just not in Lusaka.
True.
There's outside people. There are people, yes. So what happens to those people? We do have a call. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Good morning. Mulishani? Tulifia wino. Ni mwewa nani elo muletu mila. Okay. Kuti mwatupela contribution.
Contribution nasa kama na sana. Bali isha wa prisoners ya online. Tasende. Bantu expression. But 2 days, I'm able to count them up with it. So I'm afraid I'm not putting down. I'm a prisoner. But I'm going to because I'm a job. I'm not sure. Because much for it more. I should have become a child. But not to call it a child. But not either. I'm afraid I'm government but do the shift. I get up and what is the have a town with a car who's put about a vote. In a matter of what in the fuel. That's the shot. I go to my phone, see, I last to vote a shot. Something about their home back, that the problem is nice for Undana, for not I suppose Uganda, she probably had this percent, about 25% of a vote. 25% of a vote. The boy, Kai wanted to pass the 25% from a whole team. That's a vote a shot. So that's the Shapotana from the ship.
I think the major concern, and if somebody out there, like I always appeal on this particular show, could get this particular clip, you don't have to get the whole part, but you can just get this particular clip where I say, my name is Banda Tandiwe, and I'm appealing to you, the Republican president, to clearly address and give us a roadmap as to where the online voter registration stands, as well as the issue of the prisoners. So if you could kindly give us feedback to one of your representatives, we would definitely appreciate. Thank you. I hope somebody was able to record that and
you
send
sound
it to the
like
president.
a customer care personnel. Like, good morning, welcome to Camnet TV. How may I assist you this morning?
No, really, like we need.
It's a
the
great
general concern that we are getting from the public is people don't understand what's going on. So if people don't understand, they will misinterpret. Maybe this is meant for the good. And I'm sure, like, when people were coming up with this from the government, I'm very, very sure that they did feel, oh, certain things like the online whole registration process will help our country. But this was confined to maybe a certain group of
individuals.
Yes, who are very, very literate. Okay? And has not been explained to those in the rural areas, because you need to think about, especially with the online registration, you need to think about, do these people have smartphones? Does everyone have access to a computer? Does everyone have access to the internet? In certain areas, let's say, what was that famous area during elections?
Dundumwezi.
Yeah, in Dundumwezi. Do they have internet? Do they have internet really?
And also, Tandiwe, I think this makes us fall back on when schools were closed and then there was the e-learning. During that 6 months, how many children actually had an opportunity to have an electronic device that allowed them to go on the internet and have online classes? I feel, in as much as we are trying to advance and fit into the technology world, we should look at the people, and that's where most of the voters come from, in the rural areas, the remote areas. So one of the callers came up with a very an opinion that caught my attention, where he said there's 100%, 25% of the people understand and know how to use a smartphone, but the 75 have no idea. He used a word that I didn't really like. At tuliba fontini, ngamatipera smartphone twaishwa fya pa kwaskira napa kushimisha napa kutumina phone fimbeta twaishwa. So hence bringing it back to my opinion, where I said sensitization wasn't there. Okay, if the sensitization was there and it was open to the public,
it's not too late to give a clear roadmap to the public.
What's this? This is like 2 more months to go before 2021. And
there's still time. You could do so much.
6 months to go before.
You could do so much.
Maybe if we'll hear the outcome from the meetings that they've been having with the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Let's wait and see how far this will take us.
On one of the highlights, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention this, but it's been a joke flashing all over social media, and I do follow politics quite a lot. So Chilufya Tayali, who's president for a non-opposition party, as well as Hakainde Ichilema, who's also for the UPND. So there's this particular clip that shows where they are in the, that was Mulungushi,
yes.
And then, as usual, jovial, cheerful Mr. Ali walks up to
UPND President
Hakainde Hichilema. Good morning. Then Hakainde Hichilema is heard in a very low tone, because I don't know if they're wearing mics. I don't know if the camera that was capturing was not able to really pick up the sound, but it was very low. Then he says, are you sure you want to greet me?
Do you genuinely want to greet me?
Want to greet me, Mr. Tayali? So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So I'm like,
that you write about me. What did you write about trees and
exactly.
dogs?
So I'm like, I keep watching, and then he's like, you know, I wonder. I don't know. Okay, these are my words, but he said something similar. So he says, I wonder, like, there's so many things to write about. You could write about trees. I'm like, really? Really? I'm going to finish the clip, but we do have a caller. Good morning, and please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Henry, calling you from Ballaston Park.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Henry. How's Ballaston Park this morning?
Very fine, very fine. We are good here.
Okay, please go ahead with your comment.
Yes, my comment is on the prisoners voting. I'm one of those actually who attended the forum at Mulungushi.
Okay.
Yes, I will not talk about that, because to me, what I saw there was fakers actually. That wasn't good. I will not talk about that.
Oh.
Was that a comment?
No.
Okay.
That's a good joke.
For a second, I thought
he lost. He
saw a second. Please call us back. We would love to hear. We want to know about the
second. I would also love him to explain what he terms as a second, because there were a lot of discussions that were handled during that meeting, and he came out very strong.
With my story.
Tayadi and Mr. Hichilema.
Yeah, so he says you can write about trees and all that. No. Then Mr. Tayali says, we're all looking, I think I should have captioned that. We're all, they want the same thing. We all want the same thing. And then Mr. Hichilema says, no, we want different things. That just killed me, because I'm like, these are two people in the opposition, right? And one of them says we want the same thing, which is probably the seat. And the other party says no. So I'm wondering now, like, who wants what?
Yeah.
Like, what's your position? But
and
that was really funny.
On that one.
What was so funny about it as well is, you know, the UPND president just has this straight face.
And when he's talking,
and Tayali is there trying to joke. And he's just like, no. There are a lot of things you can write about. You can write about the trees.
How do you see me? Do you think I'm just that creature? There's that comment also. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, thank you. How are you? Who are we talking to and where are you calling us from?
I'm okay. This is Fred. I'm calling you from Kabanana.
Please go ahead with the contribution.
Yes, I'm following the program, and it's a very nice one.
Thank you.
And I would like to start with the correction, actually. I think in Zambia we no longer have prisoners. All the centers are changed to correctional facilities. So we have people who are undergoing correction. The people in the media should help us to sensitize the masses. Then coming to the point of these people being allowed whether to vote or not, just like the other callers have said, for me it's an issue which cannot just be given an out answer, yes or no. Yes, the human beings, the work rights, only a few rights have been taken away from them, like right of movement and like right to vote. I think for me that's the only issue, and right to what other states could be right and the other. But for them to be allowed to vote, it might not just be an issue where someone should just wake up today and say, okay, yes, prisoners should actually vote as we are putting them. There's a lot of things that need to be considered and looked at. Others have talked of issues of registration cards. For me, I was also looking at it from the point of polling centers. Where are they going to go vote from? Are we saying that these correctional facilities are going to be turned into polling centers where they will vote from? If they are going to be turned into polling centers, will all the political players be allowed to go there and do the monitoring? If not, are these people going to be allowed? Because you have people who are in these correction centers for various reasons. Others are there for political reasons. Some are there because they committed offenses, and some are innocent. And they're coming from different places, Ruwingu, Kasama, and all other these places. Are we saying they are going to go back to those places to go and vote? So for me, it's an issue which requires critical thinking the government should first of all hold. They shouldn't just move in right just there and there. The 2021 people in collection centers are voting. It, for me, it's not something that should be implemented now. On online voting, also, like others have said, let me just write on their thoughts. It should not be done also now. It's a gradual process. Zambia, we're still a bit behind in as far as technology is concerned. But we are getting there. Bit by bit, we are getting there. So we should give it time also until we are mature enough to do all these online voting. We can do like they're doing in America. We are not yet there. America, their democracy and technology-wise, they've advanced quite a lot. They've moved for a long time, 100 years past. So online voting is good, but not for now. Those are my thoughts.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so now we were talking about the Electoral Commission of Zambia meeting that it had with stakeholders and different political party presidents. One thing I would actually give kudos to during that conference is I didn't hear any cadres misbehaving.
Sometimes cadres behave.
That for me, seeing different political parties, the president being there and there was no Ichongo, Ulubulia Chani, that I was impressed. I was very scared when I heard that ECZ was calling for a stakeholders meeting with different political parties and all. I was just like, there were the PF or the UPND or the NDC or NAREP who actually just storm Mulungushi and start making noise, break things. I was scared for the people that were actually close to Mulungushi. But then it was so smooth, civilized, very mature. On that one, I was very impressed. I wasn't expecting that, honestly speaking.
You never expected it.
I never expected it.
You know, I really, we will be coming to the dying moments of, of the show. But it's just amazing. Like, you could write about trees. Sorry, but I just love to laugh. It's in the morning. It's a good day. It's important.
Sharing the positive energy.
Imagine if you walked up to somebody and you've been writing about this person and they just say, you know what? Like, why do you always write about me? You could write about the trees. Like, why me?
And also, I think, Tanju, on that side, I feel people that are too brave on social media, in person.
You know that thing where someone is laughing, but they don't know what to say. No. Okay, we're all headed for the same thing. No.
We're headed for different things.
You know, I should say that Chief Etali was really bashed, and to see the aggressiveness that the way he comes out on social media, and how they have this back and forth going on with Simon Mwewa Lane. We hope that one day we can have them on this show. I would really love to have both of them.
Just understand.
And I think we need to extend an invite. I'm very sure that they would.
I'll work on it.
They would show up. Like, it would be very interesting because I would want to figure out, like, guys, you have such a huge following. Why not use your platforms for constructive things? Why are you gonna go back and forth dissing each other and saying all sorts? And these are adults, you know.
But sometimes I feel others act like just for the sake of social media, but in person they're actually really close friends.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you see, if you have a huge following on social media,
use it wisely.
You could use it wisely, especially if you are a leader and you have people that look up to you. Look at the following that the other party has. Like, he has such a huge following, which you can use to actually maximize for the benefits of the country, especially if you're vying for presidency.
Chidoka, today at 2021, let's vote wisely. Have you done your online voter registration?
Well, I was halfway, so they keep, like I said, I was trying to refer to the message, but I didn't find it. They told me, Miss Banda, this is a gentle reminder to complete your online registration. It was is it gentle?
Gentle reminder.
It should be gentle. A kind reminder, gentle reminder. Yeah, so I actually felt a bit, you know, I was like, yeah, okay, so you guys want me to finish this.
I think it's
well, as much as it's something that is supposed to be a personal responsibility, I actually felt nice to receive a message.
Oh, yeah?
I felt important.
It's good that you feel like that. I hope that maybe that's how they're encouraging people to continue,
which is a very good thing.
Yeah, which is a good thing, because I feel half of the people that have attempted to register as a voter online have not some have competed, but half of the people have just gone halfway and forgotten about it because they're having issues,
and another thing,
network and all.
Yeah. And another thing pertaining to social media, what has caught your attention in the previous week?
On social media?
Yeah.
I haven't been.
Starting from the 5th. It was in the paper on the 5th.
I haven't been active on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even WhatsApp.
So
there's this ZAF and recruitment and all that. That caught me with a lot of excitement, to be honest. And I feel like it steered so much excitement in the young people. Wherever you go, they're like, oh no, I'm applying. But there's something king that is coming up to say, no, the process may be biased, and there's this and there's that, and there's the 12 points.
On that one, and also there was another one to say, if you don't have the connection, forget about you applying to go to ZAF. If you don't have
that's not
the
true.
Connection, there's that going on social media.
Yeah, those are the that's what people are saying. But I feel like it's a very transparent process. And if you are out there, the application should close on the 16th of October.
Have you applied?
Why are you asking me that?
Because I want to know. I think you would look good in that uniform. Like, yo.
Yeah. We are within. But anyway, if you're a young person out there, I feel like this is a great opportunity.
Yeah, true.
If you finished your grade 12, there's actually, I think I saw somewhere where you can apply for just as an entrant, as a normal officer, and then there's also professional officers. I feel like it's high time young people be diverse. You know, just because you go to a force, Zambia Air Force or Zambia Army, it doesn't mean that now you become this maybe brutal person and whatnot. It's actually a great opportunity for you as a young person and to build. Because imagine if you join these forces at like 20. By the time you're like 40, you're like a big person.
If you're wise.
These are the people
If you're wise, you can. There are people that have been in these institutions for years.
No, but maybe they've moved from just being a normal officer to just like their ranking.
It's about discipline.
I've seen so many people. I've seen parents. The late Ken Ombewe, may his soul rest in peace. He was such a great man. That's my friend's dad. You know, I saw how this man was committed from the time we were kids to his work, and it started from somewhere. You know, I remember sitting on tables and him just sharing stories with us, and I feel like seeing his life. And how he led his life as, I think he was in ZAF, is it ZAF, if I'm not mistaken, but he moved from rank to rank. Even in his death and even in his legacy, even at his funeral, you could tell that this was a man of status. You could see you could literally, the respect even from his fellow personnel, you know. So that, and I also have another friend's dad. Is it the son name has gone, but he was in the same as well. He was actually the representative to, is it Germany? Yeah. So I've seen how their lives has been led in that particular field, and these are gentlemen, yes, but I know there are also women. Look at the likes of Kanji. Those are great women. You know, you look at them and you're like, okay, they ventured into these forces or whatever, these fields, and they went to train, physical training. You're
ready to lose your hair.
Well, why are you talking about me? I'm just talking about generally.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm trying to encourage people.
I'm trying to encourage you too. You're trying to encourage
it doesn't
people.
matter.
I'm trying to encourage you.
If I've given you an example of a man, and I've given you an example of a woman. We have Kanji, who many of us are familiar with.
You have Banda Tandiwe.
You know, and so many others. So this is an opportunity. Young people, do not feel like, oh, the training, the hair, especially for the ladies. You begin to feel like, oh, I'm going to lose all my hair.
The weave, no,
this is the weave.
Manicure,
like I made my actual
yada. Put that aside and let's focus on the future.
Yeah,
have foresight.
Let's move forward. I personally wouldn't mind going for that training. I don't know if it's 6 months or whatnot. Like, I wouldn't mind. Like, I'll put my all in it, cut my hair, wake up. I'm told they wake up very early, go for
You're
jogs.
not an early morning person, but I'm sure you would adapt well.
Oh, definitely go if given an opportunity. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that application.
Write that application.
Besides, I have half of 12 points.
Icho, you got this.
So if this is me marketing myself. if the staff commander is watching,
you're ready.
mean, he is a candidate. I'm ready. I'm very fit.
We are within.
Fit and ready to go for the training. We have come to the end of our show.
Yes, we have.
Any special thanks, any birthday wishes that you have for the week?
I don't have any birthday wishes, but I just would love to say thank you to Zila. She was watching. Kalva on the other side, beggars on you. Since you want the beggars so much, Tandiwe said she'll call you. So yeah, expect that call. We'd love to thank everyone that came through via Facebook for those comments and contributions and for the cause. Chuna Sakiri Kumani, hope you have a beautiful day. Yeah, I'd love to say
it would be very offensive to actually end the show because we wouldn't be here. If I was you right now, I would actually switch off the camera or
I knew you were going to say
because nobody's saying thanks to you.
Elijah.
No, but I'm not saying do that right now. I'm just joking. But special thanks to the person behind the scenes, behind our cameras, the lighting and everything. Very hardworking two brothers. Which the other one has a crush.
They sleep in their shoes, that's why.
We will not say this here. And everybody that has made this program possible and just the opportunity to be here and express our views. And we believe that we are vibrant, energetic, ambitious young people that are part and parcel of taking Zambia forward. And that is why we wake up every Saturday morning to keep you guys entertained, but on a larger scale to keep you guys educated and informed. So that we together we will be able to make those decisions, because remember that we are the young people of our nation of Zambia, and we are no longer leaders of tomorrow. Our leadership starts today. So you and I are taking responsibility together, and we will move forward and take our country forward.
Amen.
So thank you so much for watching. Remember to catch us next week, same time, same station on Camnet TV, not just another channel. My name, oh, by the way, a shout out to, I don't know if I can give a shout out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's okay, right? Yeah, shout out to Costa Mwanza, who asked me this past week as to why I call myself Banda Tandiwe
instead of Tandiwe Banda.
Yeah, so I explained to him, and
it's a brand.
He's a fan, actually.
Ooh! Hi, Mr. Mwanza.
So yeah, shout out to Mr. Mwanza. Keep watching Camnet TV, not just another channel. Thank you so much for watching.
Good morning.